This is the smallest vertical mill we currently offer, the Baileigh VM836E. It's a compact and economical machine that has an 8-inch by 36-inch work table and only requires 110 volts for power. The headstock can rotate left to right up to 90 degrees, as well as travel almost 12 inches in and out. An R8 spindle is standard and the machine has 5 speeds. Adjustable height of the work table as well as left to right travel. And another nice feature is the integrated lubrication system for the ways. Each access point has measurement provisions, and those are the bullet points for this machine. Let's get up close for a personal tour. As I mentioned before, sometimes the reach of the bed, the work table in and out, isn't enough. This machine has the ability to gain a little more reach, be it in or out. And again, because the work table is 8 inches by 36 inches, you can always clamp a larger piece of material to it and be able to work off of that. So you adjust your head, you tighten it, you're ready to move on to the next phase. Now down here, I talked about the lubrication system for the ways. What's nice about this machine, you can see it's already been plumbed. So to keep everything moving freely, it's real simple. Just give it a nice pull, release, and through this whole plumbing system, it gets your vertical, your horizontal ways, everything. Keeps everything lubricated, moving nice and free. Another feature that I mentioned is the headstock and how it's able to rotate left and right up to 90 degrees. I'm going to show you how that's done. There's the 4 bolts on the front of the head, which you need to loosen. Just enough, just enough. And then there's this appendage here on the side where you can actually crank it, and you can see how it moves the turret head, and it's done in thousandths. So there's 10 thou right there. And then you can measure off of the headstock and get your actual angles or degrees. Tighten it back up, nice and safe. Now you've got a 10-degree angle on your headstock. I'm going to put it back to 0. So again, up here on the motor, it's 110 volt, but you've got actually 5 different speeds you can adjust by taking this cover off. There's 5 different sheaves, and you can take the belt and you change it. You got anywhere from 240 RPM up to 1550 RPM for cutting your softer metals and such. Okay, now let me show you a real basic way to set up your machine for your first cut. Let's say you got to crank your work table over and line up your tooling. And let's say it stops right there. That's about what? 26 thou. But you want to make that your 0. This actual locking collar here, you loosen. You can rotate this without moving the table. That's your 0. You lock that down. Now you can actually increase it, move it. Let's say you just want to move it left, 10 thou, 20 thou, 30 thou. Or back to your 0. The next point I want to go to is my actual tooling. You can see I can bring my tooling down until it contacts my material, lock it in place. So that's given me a 0 right here. Now down here I've already raised the work table up. So what I want to do is loosen this collar. Doesn't matter which way you spin it, I'm going to make that my 0 right there. So I'm 0 on 0. So that's my up and down. Now, we've already established left to right. The in and out. The in and out is controlled right here. Again, loosen the collar, give myself a 0. So I'm 0, 0 on my left and right, 0, 0 on my up and down, 0, 0 on my in and out. Now I've established my baseline to start my cut. Okay, so before I start my cut here, what I want to do is take all my stuff off my work table so I don't make a huge mess. Nice clean surface. Something else I'd like to mention is the fact that this machine does come with a recirculating coolant system. However, for the purpose of the demo, I'm not going to use it. I'm going to use this. And quite honestly, when I'm doing like onesie twosie stuff for myself at the shop, I just use a spray bottle with water-soluble oil, make my cuts, and it's easy enough to clean up. So what we're going to do here, I've already got it set on high speed. There is a forward and reverse. We'll be careful which one you choose. We want forward. So I've got on high speed to cut aluminum, 1,550 RPM. Okay, we're on 0 right now. So what I want to do, you can see it's just barely touched it. Barely touch it. Okay, so that might just take off a little bit. And again, for the purpose of this demonstration, that's sufficient. So we're at 0, 0 here on our height. We're going to make a 35 thou cut on this. So I'm not going to change my in and out. We're just going to run this cut laterally. Always sufficient coolant. Nice, easy cut. Coolant's cheap. Tooling's expensive. Use plenty of coolant. Look at that. Now these are high-speed steel end mills. You can run and buy, purchase real top dollar stuff for cutting harder materials. But again, if you use the proper tooling, the proper coolant, you can make a real nice cut. Look at that. Power off. Look at that. Get up here close. Have a look at that. Oh, how sweet it is. So that was a real nice demo running the Baileigh VM836E. For more information on this machine or any other, it's easy. You know what to do. Go to Baileigh.com.